You've probably heard about all the hype over brown sugar boba tea ice cream. Well, at $7 a pop,有冇搞錯? I'm going to show you how to make it for a fraction of the price. So let's get started. Super easy. All you're gonna need is some tapioca and brown sugar to make the tapioca balls. And you don't need that much. So you're just gonna throw in like maybe just a few. That's good enough for me. And I'm just gonna put in maybe about here, I think it's about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then I'm gonna let that simmer on medium heat for a good, well, the box says 30 minutes, but I'm actually gonna leave it for close to 40 to 45 minutes. And the reason I want to do that is because I don't want them to be al dente. I actually, when I'm drinking bubble tea, yes, I do want al dente bubble tea, boba tea tapioca. But when I am making it in an ice cream, I want it to be a little bit more softer because they will harden up once I freeze them. Oh, and if I'm calling them bubble tea and boba tea interchangeably, just know that I'm an elder millennial, and back then we used to call it bubble tea. So or that could be a Canadian thing as well. I'm not exactly sure. Give me a comment below if you agree that it should be called bubble tea. I'm actually not too fond of boba tea, but I'm gonna call it boba tea for the sake of this video. Okay. So we're just gonna keep stirring this for a little bit just to make sure that they don't stick together. But I'm gonna leave it on medium heat now, and we'll come back when it is 40 minutes past. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab my favorite milk tea powder, and I really like this brand, so this is just going to give it a little bit of that tea taste, and I'm just going to put that in here and stir it real quickly. To assemble. So whatever ice cream you have at home, whether it be Breyers or Chapman's, you're going to get the vanilla kind. In my case, I have French vanilla because I like French vanilla. And I'm just going to scoop a bit into a bowl. And you don't want too much because when you consider the tapioca and the syrup, it might not all fit into the mold. So you just want a little bit of ice cream. So I think that will be good enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of melt it a little bit, just so it's easier to fit in the mold. Just kind of soften that up. And I'm going to also fold in the tapioca balls. And I've just drained out the water. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill each of these molds with a bit of the syrup. And so I'm going to start off, oops, I'm going to start off with this one. And what I'm going to do is, oops, this spoon is too big. I'll save that for later, chef's treat. And I'm just going to spoon in a little bit. And what you want to do is you kind of want to make sure that the surface area inside gets a little bit of syrup. Like so. Okay, so now I'm going to fill this in. It might get a little bit messy. That's okay. Okay. There we go. And then I'll just quickly do the other ones. So you really want to work fast. You don't want to wait around, otherwise the ice cream will melt. And my syrup's a little bit goopy because I made it so thick, but if you want better coverage, just don't make it so thick. Okay guys, that was it. So I'll see you tomorrow and we'll give you the final verdict. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment. Now let's give it a try, okay? So right here I just have a little bit of tap water. I'm gonna make some warm water. And what we're gonna do is just kind of melt it a little bit so that it can come out easier. I'm not gonna stick it in for too long because I don't want the ice cream to melt, but I just want it to kind of be easier to take out of the mold. Okay guys, the moment of truth. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think the water that I used was a little bit too warm, so it's a bit melty, but it's still really, really amazing. I love that French vanilla that I use, and that just gives it a really nice aroma. And then the caramelized brown sugar with a little bit of that tea taste. And the tapioca balls are perfect. And I really, really like how, just how nice it is. Oh, sorry, if you hear that noise, that's my dog. But I mean, like, it's just so much more richer than the original. I think that's because we used a better quality vanilla ice cream. And I think the brown sugar is just a little bit stronger, so it is so rich. I mean, that's if you like rich ice cream, but I love it. So I hope you give this recipe a try, and be sure to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.